We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup.
This is the raw, naked truth.
Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin. This Saturday, an Islamic terrorist took hostages at the congregation Beth Israel in Colleyville, Texas, near Fort Worth. Malik Faisal Akram, a 44-year-old British citizen, was said to be a supporter of Afa Siddiq, a Pakistani neuroscientist also known as Lady Al-Qaeda, who was sentenced to 86 years in prison in 2010 for attempting to murder and assault U.S. military personnel, and was being held at Federal Medical Center Carswell at a prison in Fort Worth. Akram arrived in the United States only a few days before the incident, making it clear that this was his purpose here. President Biden told reporters in Philadelphia earlier Sunday that the suspect landed in the U.S. and might have stayed at a homeless shelter. Biden said the suspect obtained the weapon used in the incident, quote, on the street, possibly within the homeless community, but he was still getting more information. The terrorist stated goal was to have Lady Al-Qaeda released from prison. They were obviously associated with each other, and in fact, early reports said that he was her brother. That has not been substantiated and seems to be false. Regardless, this was his demand, was she be released. FBI Special Agent in Charge Matt DeSamo said at a press conference, We do believe from our engaging with this suspect that he was singularly focused on one issue, and it was not specifically related to the Jewish community, but we're continuing to work to find motive. The FBI has taken criticism over this statement. Akram could have taken hostages in any number of locations, most with a larger population. He chose a synagogue on the Sabbath during services. Lady Al-Qaeda was a well-known anti-Semite, going so far as to demand that jurors at her trial submit to blood tests to prove they didn't have Jewish blood. Yet the FBI initially claimed this had nothing to do with anti-Semitism. They backtracked in this statement only after intense criticism on social media and in the press. This terrorist action and the FBI statement show how politicized our security has become. The Justice Department claims that parents who stand up for their kids and white supremacists are the greater threat. Meanwhile, attacks against Jews are ignored, while members of Congress make anti-Semitic statements with impunity. According to the FBI's annual data on hate crimes, defined as criminal offenses which are motivated by bias, crimes targeting the Jewish community consistently constitute over half of all religion-based crimes. The number of hate crimes against Jews has ranged between 600 and 1,200 each year since the FBI began collecting data in the 1990s. Despite more attacks against Jews than blacks or Asians, progressives focus more on the idea that their political opponents are a danger to this country, putting it over Islamic terrorists and anti-Semitic attacks. While many congresspeople, senators, and President Biden have commented on the situation, Ilhan Omar and the squad have remained silent. The Biden administration has given Islamic terrorists a safe haven by surrendering to the Taliban in Afghanistan, in addition to taking its eye off the ball by targeting political opponents instead of real threats. If the administration doesn't focus on Islamic terrorism, this will happen more often. That's the raw naked truth. You can catch every episode of The Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com/podcasts. You can also find us on the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, and wherever you find podcasts. We'll see you next time.